Hi guys, this is Lauren back from Etheric doing a weekly pick a card. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. You can feel in to see which one of these you're most attracted to. Could be 1, could be 2, could be all 3 of them if you so wish. And just letting you guys know that Mercury retrograde is in full swing, so I imagine that that's going to have an influence over what the readings are like for this week. So I'll give you a moment to breathe and pick a card. Okay, let's start with the white shell. Ooh, all right. So we got ourselves the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is kind of like the slow and steady, wins the race. He's very methodical. He very much cares about his money and investment and getting that at a slow and steady pace. Now, him being in the reverse, it's kind of like whatever you've been doing in the past hasn't been working for you. You feel like you've been putting in the hard yards, you've been doing the work, you've been doing what you think you're supposed to be doing in order to be achieving the monetary gains that you thought you would, and it feels like a struggle. It feels like you're working harder than what you think you're getting back from it. This is not just in monetary sense, it's also when it comes to your home, to your family, to your kids if you have them. But I do feel like there is a strong connection to stability within the home. And I think that this time of year in particular, being that it is a financial end of year, this is tax time, this is when we're having a look at how well our businesses did, and I think that a lot of you this week are probably looking at as in like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And even if it's not thinking I'm not where I'm supposed to be financially, it's also like career-wise. I'm not where I'm supposed to be in my career at this age, or I'm not in a home when I should be in a home by now. I think that a lot of you maybe that chose number 1 are contemplating that idea of like I should be. And the word should is a very interesting vibrationally. It's inferring that where you are is not good enough. That who you are is not good enough. It's implying that you perhaps were supposed to be in a place where you're not, and it reinforces that belief system, that, and vibrationally it reinforces your vibration that you are with lack. So maybe catch yourself when you have like those thoughts, or you say out loud that, oh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that, and rather take out the should. Because I think that has some judgment, it has guilt, it has shame associated with it, and maybe just switch up the sentencing. Say things like, well, I care about where I am right now and I care about doing better. I care about how I feel and I care about my family and my friends and my skill set, my career, and how happy I am within my career. Start there. So just by acknowledging that, instead of saying I should be here or I should be there or I should be achieving this, it's more so I'm a person that cares about my personal happiness and about expanding and doing better in my life. And I think just by acknowledging that, it will help shift that feeling of lack, and help alleviate anything that's kind of blocking you from being able to be clear in the head as to what is next for you. Alright, so that's that one. Number 2. Okay, we got Temperance. Okay. Temperance is a healing card. It's also an alchemy card. It's where, in the way of healing, we're alchemizing, transcending our previous trauma or belief system or any sort of emotional, physical pain that we've had to endure over our lifetime. Now, these can be core wounds, wounds that we don't even know are playing out in our life, the ones that I'm hearing knee-jerk reaction. So these are the sort of the reactionary type of behaviors that you may have when you hear someone say something, so they trigger you, or a particular situation, certain words are said, or you get yourself to an emotional state and you have a knee-jerk reaction, which is a reaction that was implanted in you from a very young age. And the reason it was implanted there is because during that time, that was the only way that you could either keep yourself safe or escape the situation. So whenever this particular thing comes up, you have, again, a knee-jerk reactionary type. And it's almost like now's the time for you to be able to shift that completely. I think that you're aware it's something that you do, and each time you become aware of it again, like there might be someone in your space that brings it out of you again and again, or maybe it's a relationship that plays out a certain way and you react a certain way, and you learn from it, either from a breakup or from moving on, from that relationship, and realizing that that's what you do. And then the next time, it's not as bad. So I think for you guys this week, you're pretty aware. And I mean, like, this is where retrograde comes in. I think that previous relationships are going to be playing out in current relationships. I think that you're going to recognize in people around you, in your current relationships, something that you recognize in a previous relationship. And instead of, I think in the past, perhaps you blamed the other person. However, I think that you're going to realize that there was a part that you were playing in it that you have control over and are able to finally transcend and alchemize into a brand new vibration and a brand new behavior. So when you do come into relationships and you actually won't even attract the person that is going to create the trigger that creates the knee-jerk reaction. Like, that's what I'm saying is going to happen. It's not even a matter of like, oh, they said this thing and, oh, I didn't react as badly as I did. I'm saying that you are actually transforming your vibration so you don't attract that type of person in order to have the trigger in the first place. That's what transformation is. That's what alchemization is. So I think for you guys, this week is going to bring up the past through current relationships. Last one, number 3. Ooh, Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. Now the Page of Wands. He's a guy that travels. He's like... And I feel like this is for people who are traveling in their mind as well. So take this as it resonates. There's some people out there who really are deeply connected to their own sense of creativity, imagination, and thought, to the point that they are actually able to create. And I mean, everybody can. Everybody is actively creating their own reality. However, I think that for a portion of the people that have chosen number 3, you are a group of people who particularly like to go into a meditative state, to a place of higher awareness, where you are functioning not just in the physical but within the spiritual. So there may be a lot of people who are psychics and mediums and channels and light workers that choose this card. So for those of who it applies, if you are one of those people that tend to spend just as much time within the spiritual, in that realm or that dimension, whatever you personally call it, I think that it's playing a huge part And I think around the retrograde, it's going to be even more palpable and potent, your powers. I think that you're going to be seeing just how powerful your vibration and your thoughts that you are creating within that spiritual higher awareness state. I think that you're going to levels that perhaps you haven't reached prior to the last couple of months. You've probably even delved deeper into your meditative work, as in either you've stepped it up by doing it more often, researching on different methods. You started doing other vibrationally lifting activities like choosing different foods. It could even be that it's naturally happening within you that you're naturally not wanting certain foods anymore. And I think like what is happening within you is that your body, your body as well as your etheric body are in connection. And I think they're not mutually exclusive. So one affects the other. So I think that the more that you are vibrationally lifting yourself within that that higher awareness state, the more your body is kind of alchemizing and changing and transforming, and vice versa. The more you feed your body exactly what it is that you want, so those high vibrational foods and exercise and physical things that are actually raising your vibration in the physical, is affecting you in the spiritual. So that's what's coming up for you this week, guys. I think it's going to feel like it's a bit heavy this week, and don't let that get you down, because it kind of feels like pushing against an emotional wall. And you can probably feel it building. The best thing that you can do is to keep that physical regimen up in order to support what is happening to you vibrationally and spiritually. So that is the health. Look at how you can sleep, have the best sleep, eat the best food, have the most water, have the healthiest exercise routine, and also mentally, how are you managing your thoughts and feelings and emotions? Have a look at that so you can balance yourself while this big shift happens within you. Okay, guys, that is 1, 2, and 3. If you would like to book a reading, just go to www.etherictide.com. Details are down below. Thank you for all of your good comments and any subscribers that come on if you'd like to see any more content or videos like this. Thank you, guys. Enjoy your week.